Hello, welcome to InsectX, Information Security Technologies training on penetration testing with Metasploit. In this video, we shall cover the browser-based exploitation. So, what is the whole agenda here? We will be discussing the basic introduction to the browser-based vulnerabilities, and we shall manually exploit these particular browser-based vulnerabilities by using the Metasploit framework. And in the next video, I will briefly introduce you to the browser exploitation framework, and we shall install the browser-based exploitation framework, that is Beef, in the Kali Linux machine. And finally, we shall perform the browser-based exploitation using the Beef. Now let's do this manually by using the Metasploit framework. So coming to the basic introduction to the browser attacks. According to Wikipedia, a browser exploit is a form of malicious code that takes the advantage of a flaw or a vulnerability in an operating system or a piece of software with the intent to breach the browser security to alter users' browser settings without their knowledge. Malicious code may exploit ActiveX, HTML, images, Java, JavaScript and other web technologies and cause the browser to run arbitrary code. A very big definition according to Wikipedia. So now we shall exploit this particular browser vulnerabilities using the Metasploit framework. In my lab machine, I am running an outdated web browser, that is the Internet Explorer. Okay, so here the user environment might be running with the outdated browser. Victim needs to browse the malicious URL which is supplied by the attacker, right? And whenever the victim opens up this particular malicious URL and visits the web page, automatically his machine will be compromised and we will be accessing his session. So very easy, just you need to use an auxiliary module called browser autopon, and you need to supply the settings and you need to run the module. Very easy. Now let's do this. You can see here I am accessing my Metasploit framework console and I need to use this auxiliary module browser autopon. To do that, you need to supply the path. Use auxiliary server browser autopon, and you need to supply the settings. Here you need to supply the L host, that is the attacker's IP address, that is 192.168.159.134. And you need to supply the URI, let it be the main index of the page, and let the default port, okay, let it be 80, that is SRV port is default to 80, and let us recheck once again. Okay, so everything is assigned. Sorry, he did not assign URI path index. Okay, now let me run the following module. Okay, so it takes few time. Let's wait for this. In the meanwhile, I'll try to pause the video for some time because it takes some time. Here it is basically taking all the exploits, okay, all the browser related exploits. What we need to do here is we just need to give our attacker's IP address to the victim, and we need to convince the victim to browse our URL which we have supplied, right? And here you can see done, found 16 exploit modules. So what we need to do here is we just need to share this particular URL to the victim, and he need to open up his web browser. If his web browser is vulnerable and if there is any kind of matching exploit in any one of the 16 exploit module, means automatically we can easily compromise their machine. Now let's do this. So let me open up the victim's browser. The default web browser which is present here is the Internet Explorer, and let me type the URL 192.168.159.132, and let's switch back to the attacker machine. Let's wait for some time to happen some magic here. You can see, oops, sorry, we need to supply the attacker's IP address, not the victim's, that is 134. I'm sorry. Okay, you can see the page is loading, and here something is happening, right? Okay, let's wait for some time. You can see session 2, it's open. Session 1, here it's open. Okay, session ID 3, we got totally 3 sessions. That's really cool. And one more session, session 5. Session 5 is open, and even it start migrating to some other process. Successfully migrated to process. Okay. Now let us list out the sessions here. Totally we have these sessions with the IDs 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Now let us interact with this session ID B2. Sysinfo, and we are on the victim machine. Beautiful. Okay. So just we are exploiting the browser-based vulnerabilities. Okay. So here I have considered this particular Internet Explorer. Let's say that if the victim is running with an outdated Mozilla Firefox or else some other web browser, means yes, we can exploit even that thing also. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we'll go with the basic introduction to the Beef, and in the later videos, we'll start installing the Beef framework on the Kali Linux. Thanks for watching.